I'm sitting here fidgeting with my dungeon cube. That's my fidget right now.
I mean, it works.
Righty.
So you're
Hello
leaving full
and
Nia.
Yeah. Hello
Hmm?
and welcome, ladies and
About the
gentlemen. Welcome in, I believe it was Azario who got first. Welcome in Ray. Welcome in Creepa. Welcome in Pocket. Welcome in everyone. Greetings, dear spirits, and welcome to the Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner, where fate is bound by dice and stories that carved into eternity. I'm your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're going to be continuing Tyrant's Wrath. If you guys haven't already, go check out my players right then and there, or you guys can check out my the heroes as well for the day. They're awesome and wonderful, and I appreciate them greatly. You guys can check out all the little blurbs, which is made by each of the players, if you guys want to right there. I did adjust my filters a little bit, so my voice should be sounding ever so slightly different, hopefully decently well. But do let me know how it sounds, ladies and gents. But in the meantime, take your seat at the table and let the thread's destiny unravel before you. Every story is a reader. You should always share your stories. Hello, everyone. How you all doing today?
Wow.
All right.
I got a new air fryer.
Ooh.
Nice.
I just remembered we
yeah.
have a session prompt, and I haven't looked at it since.
Oh,
you
you're
posted
right.
it.
We do have a session prompt. Good thing I'm not first today.
No.
Yes. I believe we did start on Ania last week, if I recall correctly. So this week we're gonna be starting with the Sapphire, who we missed from last week because life decided to be a bitch. Yeah, I'm blaming life. I'll always blame life. I'll blame life until the end of days. But Sapphire, we're gonna do a session prompt today. If you guys have not done a session prompt with us before inside of the chat, it's a thing we like to do to kind of get more into your character's headspace, kind of more into your own headspace as well. And you guys, the viewers, can do this session prompt in order to kind of do it for your own OCs, do it for your own D&D characters, do it for movie characters, whatever kind of character that you want to create, craft, or work with, you guys are welcome to do. It's a good way of really getting into your character's headspace and kind of getting into that motif. Oh yeah. But Sapphire, the session prompt for today is: if you could change one thing about your past, or about your character's past, what would it be, and why would they choose to change that portion?
That's a difficult question for Sapphire, specifically.
Yeah. Which I also need to
Maybe she should have the last prompt. The prompt from last week.
You can do the last prompt if you like to, Sapphire.
What was the last prompt? I wasn't there.
What is a habit your character has picked up over the years, and why did it stick with them?
Ooh, I don't think I'd be any better at that one.
You're asking the amnesia. You're asking the amnesiac character about stuff in the past.
I mean, I could honestly
I'm
bring up the
thinking
question
go with
of...
the session prompt this time because I think that'd be the easiest for me to answer. Which currently the only thing that she want to change would be whatever got her into the position of deciding the fate of both sides.
That's a really good answer, actually. I really like that. Is there a particular reason why they would choose to change that portion, or is it just like they just really don't want to be in that position at the moment?
Well, it's that, and like Sapphire doesn't like choosing sides as is.
Ah, that's true.
So she doesn't like being in that position because of that.
Interesting. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't think, other than Gelmar, the party knows what choice Sapphire has to make. Is that correct?
I believe
Not even Sapphire knows at the moment, right?
Yeah, I believe as a total, you all would be aware, or at least the majority of you be aware, because of Solstice, that she has a choice to make, and it relates to the Feywild, specifically the Feywild and the Shadow, the Shadow. What the fuck is the Shadow place called? Shadowfell.
Shadowfell?
Yeah, and the Shadowfell. The specifics of that you are not entirely sure of, nor is Sapphire.
We're gonna have to start interrogating you.
Didn't she get her memories back on her dream walk, though?
She got some of it back. Her memories are very fractured, but she remembers bits and pieces. She remembers when she met the moon goddess, and why that was so impactful to her, and like how she started on this journey. She remembers growing up within not only the Feywild, but she also remembers growing up within the Shadowfell as well. They're both. It's weird because they're both her growing up. It's like both her childhoods were inside of both of these areas, and she remembers both of them distinctly as her childhood. So,
Sapphire gets to the point where they're asking her the question. You know what? Y'all both wrong.
It's very possible. All right, Aldeth. If you could change one thing about your past, what would it be, and why would your character choose to change it?
I think if you were to ask this at the beginning when Aldith first joined the party, I think it very obviously would be like the fact that her mom died, and you know, like she would want to change that and want her back. But I think now it's a question of I think it would be like, it's more of a question more than like she's not actually sure, but it's more of a, should I go back and change the oath that I've taken? That's sort of the question she's grappling with right now, and she's trying to decide if that's something she would want to change from the past, or if it's something she wants to keep.
Interesting. Okay. Dakota, if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be, and why would your character choose to change that specifically?
Oh, that's a really difficult question. 'Cause so much of Dakota's like past is defined by like all of these like, you know, bad things that happen to Dakota. And I don't know if there's like any like one specific part that like you could think is like, oh, things would have gone better, you know, besides the whole, you know, raised in a prison cell and thing. But I don't think Dakota could like fathom like, you know, like how specifically he would have like changed that, because that's all he's ever known. So I guess the one thing would maybe be that like, I think maybe he regrets having made the deal with the knight. I think. Obviously it freed him, but like maybe if he'd been like found by someone else, or maybe if he'd found a different way to escape, I think that's maybe like one thing he would have changed, just because of all the things that the knight had him do after that.
Interesting. I like it. Alrighty. Galmar, if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be, and why would your character choose to change that specifically?
I'm not going to say this is something that he could have changed, but it's definitely something he probably feels he could have. He probably feels that he messed up with when his sister was kidnapped. In his actual story, he backed off to try and guide the kidnappers closer to the guards that were approaching, hoping that he could potentially turn it into a better act or easier act for him to free her. But instead, they're just like, "We got one, get out of here! Or run, go!"
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I could go on. That is definitely the biggest detail. And my character is also well aware of the fact that if that didn't happen, he wouldn't have found himself on this adventure, which he is greatly enjoying. So, while it's still just a, dear God, I wish I wouldn't have to deal with this because holy crap, it's also just, it's like, dang it, but I also wouldn't have met my best friends if this was the case.
That is true. That is
So,
true.
conflicted, but still.
Conflicted. Alrighty. Cyril, if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be, and why would your character choose to change it specifically?
I think out of everything, the one thing he'd want to change the most would be been kind of wrestling with which word to use for this, but like, I suppose trusting that in his current state, trusting his wife and his son enough to go home to them in that state, and not allowing his own fear of what, not only that they might say and do, but what about what would come after for them, you know? Because that's really that's what he kept telling himself. That was why he wasn't going back to them.
Interesting.
You know?
Okay, I like that. And Ania, if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be, and why would they choose to change that specifically?
Earlier on, probably the fact that she was basically responsible for her father's death. But as she's gotten more angrier over time and has come out more, that has sort of changed to there not be racism, which is also something she can work on in the present and future. So that has sort of stuck, because she doesn't like things she can't change, so she tends to focus more on things she has even a potential to change. Because the changeling stigma is the reason he died, is the reason Dakota was locked up. It's also the reason Gelmar's race died. Less racism and more viewing the race as just animals in Gelmar's case, and things to be hunted and won over. And also Cyril being outcasted from the city, so she's just gotten sort of subtly more angrier over time.
Just fuck all of you. You gotta treat people well.
People are people.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for you guys' answers. It's really fun to be able to see kind of more into your guys' headspace, especially as we continue on the campaign and we get further and further into how your guys' headspace kind of affects how your characters act and move and how the other ones interact with you. So it's very, very interesting, and it really helps me build my world out a little bit too. But for now, we're going to move into the recap. Story, do you have a recap?
Let me get my notes. My about 5 sentences worth of notes.
Yeah.
All right. We started last session by the group finally getting to deliver the boar they had hunted. They made their way back to the druid camp, got the boar and their things, said goodbye, and headed back towards Haven. Halfway through, they all camped out, and they had a very deep discussion about their next plans going forward, namely about the Elven Kingdom, Star Shadow Kingdom, and and Roderick. Do they go after Roderick personally because Roderick is planning to blow up the kingdom? Do they go to the kingdom instead and try to stop whatever thing he's doing there? Aldith was at first very focused on just going to Roderick, even if it meant leaving the rest of the party behind. But after thinking about it more logically and less emotionally, she realized going to the kingdom and preventing as much death as possible at the source of the damage was likely the better option, especially considering Gelmar has a sister to save. Even if she's not involved in the explosion, she might not be there if they go to Roderick first. It might be somewhere else entirely, causing his search to be even longer. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing in the background. What else did they talk? I know that talk took a lot more time. If anyone has any things they remember that I don't, feel free to jump in. I know
we
they
went
also
over options on infiltrating the kingdom.
Yeah.
Yes. They had a few options because the party they do have a teleport tablet that will teleport them twice a month, and they're about to get both their charges back. They could try to go to the ley line where they glimpsed Gelmar's sister via a scrying spell. That would be risky, though, and even if they did go there, she's probably long gone, and they won't know how to get to the actual kingdom from that location. That would be the most optimal path if they can find a way to track or map out the area if they go there. Other options include Ania's old home, which is in the Elven Kingdom past all the security and in the rich quarter where they don't suspect anything. If they could get there, they probably can walk around pretty freely, but it would be pretty suspicious as well, and there is a risk of something going wrong with the teleportation and then alerting everyone. They could go to the front of the gates where they are expected, but they do have two of the highest officials in the cities looking for them specifically for Dakota, and if they check in the normal way, they could be put at risk. Cyril also suggested perhaps going in 2 groups, using both uses of the teleportation tablet, but wasting a valuable resource like that, or not wasting, but completely running out of uses, is also dangerous in itself. After going over all of the options, they decided they need to know if they have more resources available, and the only way to do that is to go to Haven and talk to a few folks, namely the Ambassador, Glimmer, or the Ambassador, what was her name? Silverleaf?
Yeah, Alicia.
She wasn't Silverleaf. So, thank you. The Ambassador Silverleaf, who Ania believes is on their side, even if they tell her much more than they've told pretty much anyone else so far. They also want to talk to Glimmer, who works as a sort of engineer, but she's also a toy maker, thinking maybe she can craft something to help them track down Gelmar's sister if they do choose the ley line option, and maybe seeing if they can talk to anyone else along the way for further insight. And then after they decided to make those decisions, they went ahead and went towards Haven, delivering the boar halfway through, and Cyril has been on his own planning a party for Aldith, and has successfully kept it hidden from pretty much the rest of the party, including buying some prototype fireworks once they reached Haven. And Ania and a few of the other party members are sure he's planning something, but have no idea what that might be. We ended back at the orc camp, having Cyril having contacted the orcs ahead of time to plan this party, figuring an orcish party would probably be the best way to celebrate this. And everyone did the orcish greeting, Aldith doing the orcish greeting for the first time, and being a little lightheaded by being charmed by the local orc women. And I believe we ended there. Indeed. Feel free to add anything I missed.
I would say probably the only thing that you missed, I think, is you guys talked about the fact that when you guys go up to the gates, you are semi-expected to a degree, because Roderick specifically told you that he has a code word for some of the guardsmen in there, and once you say the code word, you'll eventually get around to the people in there. So that was also something that you guys kind of debated on, for how good or bad it might end up being if you guys go through the main gates.
Oh, we also remembered that Dakota has actually seen the artifact in the Elven Kingdom before when he was escaping, because when he was locked up in the tower, the Obsidian Tower, which is basically the equivalent of the Elven Castle, he was locked up at the top floor, and making his way down, he passed the council chamber, where he saw a mysterious orb that caught his eye, but he paid no more mind since he was busy escaping. But upon thinking back, he's pretty positive that's the artifact, which Cyril also found out more about by asking the Sin of Wrath currently inside him, and determined that's likely the Sin of Greed, is also slowly affecting the elven officials around it.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are inside of the southern quarter. You guys have are bringing the cart with you. It has a decent quantity of the boar's bones and a few other bits in it. And you guys have a second cart with you as well, which is bringing over another part of it, mostly to reduce weight on your guys' cart to make it a little bit easier to do travel. And as you guys go through, you guys are being walked by, I believe her name was Elsa?
Lisa?
Lisa, thank you. Trying to find my record.
I wrote it down, Foxfang.
Yeah, Foxfang. That was it.
Foxfang.
Thank you. Foxfang. There you are. But yeah, she's a rather large orc, although she has the insignia of the Swords Guild on her, as well as a rather large unsheathed sword that just kind of like sits on her hip. It's kind of wrapped right at where the just under the hilt, so that obviously it doesn't slash into her leg or anything like that. But it's obviously meant for like very quick draws and stuff. But she's fairly confident. She kind of like strides forwards into the main quarters. You do see quite a few of other orcs and other folks who are like all smiling. Some are waving at you. Some are like doing tussles or like general where the word is play fighting, roughhousing. That's the word, roughhousing. They're roughhousing with each other, testing strength, testing might, all that usual stuff, especially from some of the more kids and such. And she brings you to... Huh?
I was just saying, any waves.
Nice. You get a fairly warm reception from everyone, it seems. Based on... for Cyril specifically, since he sent the message in, he knows that they are prepared for you guys' arrival. The rest of you guys, they seem expectant that you would be arriving, which is a little bit strange. But Lisa brings you guys to kind of the further outskirts of the southern quarters, specifically to Bertha's house. Is easily the largest house in the entirety of the southern quarters, and it's one of the only ones that is not made as like a tent situation. It's made with like brick and mortar, essentially. One of the only houses in the southern quarters that is designed to not be moved, more or less. But you guys arrive there, as Lisa kind of looks at you guys and she kind of like nods and she goes, "All right, well, Big Bertha's here. I think she came in a couple hours ago, if I recall correctly. Not sure if she's still inside the house, but she don't leave it very often. Do you need me to bring her out, or?
No. I think I can get her attention.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go up and I'm just gonna knock real hard on the door. Bertha, baby!
Ania is over by Dakota guarding. She also gestures to Gelmar. And like, Gelmar, you need to get over here too.
He stares confused, still not 100% certain what the issue is, because he still doesn't understand the previous conversations they've had with Bertha.
Cyril hears like some thumping going on inside before the door swings open, and like she stands, if I recall correctly, about the same height as Cyril, so she's intimidating is a very good example, a very good word choice for her, as she stands more or less like the same height as Cyril's, very much face to face with him. She goes, Cyril, why wouldn't you be back?
I've brought fresh meat in more ways than one.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And I turn and I point to Aldith in the group.
Oh my god. She looks past you, like her grin never faded. She stares directly at Aldith as she nods and smiles. I hear there was a rite passage going on. Is that the right one?
That's the right one. She is now Aldith Phaetheria Boar Killer. And I motion to the cart filled with bits of giant boar. I have brought you what is left of the creature.
Ooh. She kind of like strides forwards and walks directly up to Aldith. Aldith, there is a 4-foot difference between you and her. With Cyril, it's somewhat noticeable. God. With Cyril, it's somewhat noticeable because, like, obviously, and he's quite big, but his poncho really hides a lot of his, like, general existence, and he's more, like, lanky than he is big. So, like, while he is significantly taller than you, it's not as much of a difference as, like, you would expect. Bertha is solid muscle. There is nothing but muscle on this woman. She is, like, her fucking, like, her muscles in her arms are basically just like steel, as she like kind of kneels down a little bit to be more or less on the same plane as you, and she smiles and she goes, Aldith Boar Killer, eh?
Sorry. I'm giggling because I'm like in Aldous' headspace right now. She's like face and ears red as a tomato, and she just nods her head with like the biggest smile on her face.
She kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder, but like her hand is actually larger than Cyril's. So like it's real weird positioning that she has to do to put her palm on your shoulder. You know, like it appears like she's very used to this, considering the size difference between her and most orcs. But it's a little bit awkward. She like gently pats your back with like 2 fingers, and she goes, very good job. I've heard many things about this boar. I've heard that it was a very difficult kill. I've heard that it was almost as large as I am most of the time. I hope it wasn't too much of a struggle for you, but it sounds like you have completed your rite of passage. Now, normally that's more Goliath form, but us orcs also have a similar passage. It's how we get most of our names. Did you know that an orc chooses their name once they have completed their passage into adulthood?
I feel like Aldith would know this, ? I feel like we had a conversation about this where she knew this, but I can't remember if this is a yes or no situation.
You would vaguely know of this. Most orcs you've met, like Lisa Foxfang, for example, or Bloodfang, or other ones like that.
Yeah.
They're names that aren't names per se. They're usually like there's a bartender in town named Heartfist, and he got the name because he punches things.
Yeah.
So you would vaguely kind of know this, but you aren't like 100% sure on it because you never like really dived into it.
Okay. She like her voice is so soft and timid. She speaks because she's just so shy, but she's like, yes, I think I've heard about that slightly.
Well, you may not be an orc or Goliath, but you have completed a customary She kind of like thinks for a second. Rite of passage, I suppose, as many of our children have. As such, you are now, at least in my eyes, people think I'm crazy, an honorary orc / Goliath. I mean, we fight both, so like, kind of the same, kind of not. We have very similar tactics. You're an honorary member. As such, you get to choose your name, Bear Killer. Boar Killer.
Ray has to think about this. Aldith is like vibrating with excitement though.
And Nia will perk up and she's like,
Does she have to decide right now?
No, certainly not, no. The name must come to you. It must be what you believe to be your fulfilling achievement from the boar. My name is Big Bertha, and that's because I'm big. Bertha is also my birth name, and I just didn't bother choosing it, but I'm big. My rite of passage was I ripped off a tree from the ground and beat something to death with it.
And we're never gonna learn what it was that was actually beaten to death. She's never gonna tell us, and we'll always live in mystery.
She just smiles. Considering her size, you're not entirely sure what may have challenged her enough for her to beat it to death with a full-grown tree, nor are you entirely sure you want to know.
You swear you can see stars in Aldith's eyes.
But she stands up and kind of like pats your head. It's very hard positioning considering the size difference of her hand and your head, but she like pats your head a little bit before walking up to the carriages, and she looks at the back of them and she just like does a low whistle and she's like, whew, that was a big boar. Is this all of it?
Aside from the gut bag, this is just about all of it, yes.
I could do a lot of work with this. I could also sell quite a bit of it. Ooh. Oh, I could make it then sell. Haha, I could get Boren to help me with this.
We also got the druids to bless it so it's not going to decay as fast.
Ooh, you got dressed boar, not dressed, you got blessed boar, bones for me? Whew. My lucky day. You would think it's my birthday. Right.
Congratulations on another loop around the sun.
I ain't my birthday yet, boy. But, soon. But this is right here. Ooh, a druid blessed bone boar. Especially bones that are this large, you could get a hefty price for something made of this quality. She like grabs one of them and like eats it. It's like one of its ribs, so it's like a huge fucking piece that's like easily like probably 4 or 5 feet long, and she pulls out
style.
yeah. And she's like looking at it, she's like, ooh, pristine. Did you carve off the meat on this bone as well? You shouldn't have. It's so nice.
Well, I mean, it was for you, so I had to be sure.
Fucking put on that Riz, goddamn. Yeah, she looks over it. She looks at the whole bag. She goes, "Well, I'm gonna start moving some of this into my house here real quick. But as promised, if you want something made, I'll make it for you free of charge."
Well, were you able to work on that spear?
Oh yes, all kinds of adjustments were made for that spear. Let me go grab it. Out of character, remind me, what was the specifics for that spear that I had mentioned previously?
Basically, what I was going for was basically the same weapon that I have, but made out of that slab of God's blood.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she'll
mean,
walk
if-
in.
I mean, if the like, if like making the shaft of the spear didn't make sense, making it out of that slab, then that, like, I totally get that. But like, I also know that this is a mythical level material, so
Yeah. So yeah, she walks kind of into her house, clearly keeping the rib bone with her as she walks in. After a few moments, she comes back out, and you see it is a modified version of your weapon. Because I believe she's basing off your weapon, or did you want her to incorporate it into it? I don't remember which one you exactly want.
no, she would have been basically making a brand new weapon based off of what I have.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she walks out both with your spear and the new one. The old one is obviously in pretty pristine condition, as it usually is. The new one has, I don't know, like a weight behind it, I suppose. Especially as she brings down, like, puts the handle essentially into the ground. I don't remember what I called it exactly, because was it just God's Blood? Did I just call it God's Blood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so the God's Blood stone, she molded it, essentially. Molded it, cracked it. You can see where, like, she had to, like, physically shape it. With either her tools, or in some cases it looks like she legitimately just did it with her hands to a degree. And especially the shaft of the spear, it is disturbingly well crafted. It's almost better crafted than your own spear. This thing, it's polished to such a degree that it's practically metal shine. The blade on it, you're not entirely sure what she did to it, but it doesn't look like stone anymore. If anything, this thing looks dangerously sharp. Especially as she plants it into the ground, like the sun shines off of it. And she looks at you, she goes, I had to make a few modifications to it, or to make it kind of more fitting towards your thing. And she pulls out from, her, essentially from behind her, or like her back or whatever, she pulls out what appears to be a shield made of the same substance. And she goes, you kind of don't have to, like, put it on top of the spear in order to get a very similar effect that you had. It's a little bit different, a little bit adjustable, but it should effectively function the same. It was just a little bit difficult to modify this into the same properties that your one had, but I did my best. And she, like, puts the shield-like thing on top of the glaive. And the shield itself has rounded edges, so almost looks more, or not rounded, sorry, sharpened edges. So almost looks more like, kind of like a battle axe head instead of a glaive head. Because both sides of the shield are sharpened. So you can actually use this very effectively as a punching weapon in your offhand, if you want to, or like throw it or whatever. And so she, like, moves over to you. As you grab it, it's heavy. Like, your previous one was, like, decently, like, heavy, and you could swing it. This one, like, it's a good thing you're stronger than 90% of people on this fucking planet. Because as you, like, pick this thing up, you can feel its weight, like, pulling down as you, like, take a few experimental swings. It feels beautiful. It's incredibly well balanced. It's incredibly durable. You can see, especially from your years of experience, you can actually see how sharp the edges are without even touching them. But man, this thing is way heavier than your previous weapon.
I guess I get a little bit of space from the rest of the group, and, like, as I do that, I'm just running my hand up and down the weapon, and I give it like the practice swings I give it are more of like, it's more of like more of like a practice form, like
Yeah.
And after I've like sort of swung it a little bit and kind of gotten used to it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding it in both hands, looking at it, and I'm like, I think this is your best work yet, and it is gorgeous.
It fucking better be my best goddamn work, and any other being around here ain't gonna be as good with any natural materials. Even Boren isn't, though he wishes he were. Whew. That man, keep trying to get better than me at everything I do, but he's never gonna get better than me with bones.
I think a creation like this needs a name. And I twirl it around a little bit, and sort of thinking, and I plant it in the ground in front of me, and I look up at it and I go, I know what to call you. Sikili. Sikilili. Yes. And that word in primordial is the name of a small bird. And I've named this massive, dangerous spirit Chickadee.
I love it. She nods approvingly.
We are about to go into the most dangerous place in the entire world. And you know, with this, I feel much safer. Thank you for all of your skill.
She nods and, like, clasps her hands together and kind of just, like, one fist into the other hand and bows to you.
I return it.
Nice.
And I glance over at Aldith, and with the message, and I send a message in her mind. Have you decided on who you want to ask to shape that tusk?
It would take a moment for a response, but she would respond fairly quickly, just with a simple, I think I would like Gelmar and Borin to work on the tusk.
I don't respond, I just nod.
Very nice.
And and now I've got both. I got two spears in my hands now, so I'm sort of like it's like I've got two canes now.
Old man's got hike somehow.
Yeah, right. Well, I really hope that we get to see you at the party.
She nods to you and goes, "Of course you're going to see me at the party. I wouldn't miss it for the world. A rite of passage is not something we see very often, especially nowadays, but something that is welcomed with pride whenever we are there.
Party?
Yes.
Gelmar just like leans over and whispers to her, as a celebration for Aldith completing the mission.
Why am I only hearing?
Passage.
Why am I only hearing about this now?
He legitimately, he looks at it, startled at that. Are we crud? That's on us.
It's been a week.
It's a surprise.
Aldith,
For.
It's for
Aldith is
Aldith.
bouncing.
Bounce,
Aldith
bounce,
is
bounce.
bouncing with excitement. She's like on the balls of her feet. She's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. She's so excited. It's like a kid on Christmas.
Something.
You did.
No, I gave you something.
Cyril's just like, same thing, isn't it?
I'm not actually mad.
Out of character. I
Yeah.
am blanking.
Oh, Ania gave Cyril the gold coin to buy the fireworks.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Ania doesn't
Yep.
know, like, what Cyril might be pointing at instead.
Nope, nope. I'm. So, well, I actually, I'm. So
Mhm.
I have the. I point out the meat actually on the cart. I will leave this with you, and later, I expect a dance from you to Bertha. And the crate of fireworks.
You guys see genuine surprise on this woman's face. She's like the concept of someone asking her to go on a dance, like you could see like shocks her to her foundation almost, as she like looks at you and like smiles as she just goes, I'll take you up on that. And Foxfang kind of like speaks up and goes, come back sundown, don't worry, we got all the time in the world in order to do our normal stuff. We're all set up, we'll make a rite of passage for the ages. She looks over at Aldith. Do you drink?
Little sort of shrug.
I'll make a drink. Don't worry, we got dwarves in this town. Only one who knows how to drink better than orcs are dwarves.
Aldith will then be like, what about
Yes.
Gelmar?
I can attest. You should see some of my drinking buddies.
They're all 3 feet tall.
Some of them. Just wait until you see the ones that are 8 or 9.
God.
The
Alright.
crate of fireworks. I'm actually going to. Crate of fireworks. Because I'm not just going to carry this crate everywhere, because we have to leave the cart behind.
Mm-hmm.
Crate of fireworks. I'm going to leave with Liza,
Mhm.
I want to say. And I'm going to kind of give her like the down low on how these work and the warnings that the gnomes gave me in the market.
All right.
And I'm just going to leave the crate with her, and I'm going to just be like, I thought these would be so much fun to have at the party tonight.
You see her looking at with a concerned face as she goes, you know, while the gnomes give me something, I always just assume that it's gonna blow up in my face. Guess that's the purpose of these, though, huh? So,
Yes.
Suppose that'll work.
Well, and I go through the instructions and I tell you, you light it and throw it. It's like light and throw immediately, and then pretty colors.
Well, we'll make sure to hold on to something real special and not have our hands blown off. I'll let you do the first throw.
Perfect. The children will love it. And of course the adults as well. Who doesn't like fireworks? Come on.
Hey, ain't the most dangerous thing we've done.
And I turn back to the group. Well, guess the secret is out.
Metaphorical cat has left the bag.
Is it today?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay.
What time is it? Is it
Sundown.
like morning?
Yeah, it's like 11 a.m. roughly.
Okay, so we have the whole day to plan. That's way better.
Still, that's we still got a lot we need to figure out how and go grab out in the meantime. Let's make a move on. Think we should
Well,
divide our attention?
The orcs have kindly taken care of most of the preparations.
How did they advance?
What?
How they're making all they already have all the preparations done? We just got here.
You know how long it took us to get here in the first place? Like, from the druids?
Yes. And how did they know in advance?
I told them.
Looks at Cyril.
And you told them, and you didn't even tell me or Dakota or Sapphire, because apparently Gelmart knew.
Well, I mean, what party is better than a surprise party? Surprise!
That one's supposed to be surprised. Hooray.
I love the sheepish look on Cyril's face, just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a pretty sheepish one on Galmar as well.
The worst part is that, like, there's nothing to provide a facial feature with. So it's just, like, body language and voice.
Oh, it's always felt like even though you can't like see Cyril's face, and like the silhouette is very like kind of like big. Cyril's always felt like one of the most expressive characters in the group.
You just see him doing like two dad thumbs up, just like, yeah.
He's got to emote more to make up for the masks, so he's extra emote.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry, guys, we got this. But it's like two thumbs up that are like diagonally pointed. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad?
Nia's gonna drift over to Aldith.
What do you want as a present? I assume that, do you get presents on one of these?
Aldith will like sort of shrug. She's like, I've never done one of these before. I wouldn't know. I don't know what I want. Your friendship is more than enough.
Dakota's meanwhile is just like, oh, I should have gotten a present. I should have known. I should have
Dakota, like, quietly also on Nia's side.
I've just been focusing on a party. Everyone else is like, we need a present.
Well, what should we do before the party?
Well, I had some errands to run in town. If at least he's part of them. I'm for the party, but just looks over at all. Are you sure you want us to handle the tusk? It seems like that would be more adjacent to bone. Don't you think? He says, looking back towards Bertha's door.
Oh, I think that was I think Cyril asked Aldith and like with the message stone.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
never mind, never
I was
mind.
trying to avoid.
Ignore
I was trying to avoid
that last
Bertha
part, then.
being answered.
Ignore that last part, then. I'm definitely still saying the first half, though.
Mhm.
Well, then at the end of that first half, I'll because I don't know if Aldith is going. I don't know if Aldith is going to bring it up with how
Giddy.
red and flustered she is. Did any of those errands involve going to Boren?
Yes? Why do you ask?
Aldith will need to go with you.
He gives a surprise jolt. Why's that? Is something on her mind? Does she need something crafted? He says, looking over towards her.
I want you and Boren to do the sword that I want out of the tusk.
He tells us as confused. It seems like it would be bone adjacent, don't you think?
But it's more sentimental when you are the one that has crafted it.
He looks like he's genuinely not sure how to respond. That's... Thank you, but I didn't know you... He's flabbergasted. He doesn't know how to respond.
Aldith will sort of narrow her eyes as if she hasn't told him this. Like, she's told him this before, where she's like, come on, you do realize you mean a lot to not just me, but everyone here, right?
Well, yes, but I never knew you held that much esteem for my craftsmanship.
She'll sort of like, she's flabbergasted. Like, her flabbers are gasted, where she's like, what?
Above game, you have never actually tested anything that he's built.
This is true, but
we definitely all saw what you did with that door.
Right.
As true.
That's fair.
All
Just
pulls
because
out
I
a shotgun.
haven't-
Listen here, motherfucker.
Right. Listen here, take my fucking compliment, or I swear to God.
This is Aldith's version of "shut up and take my money."
Literally. She's done shut up and take my money to Cyril. But no, she'll be like, Gilmar, I may not have owned anything that you've worked on, but I've seen the work that you can do, and I would be honored if you would be willing to work on this sword.
He crosses his arms, though, gives you the same warm smile he usually does. It would be my honor. What exactly are you looking for to do?
That's a good question.
I guess that would greatly depend on what sort of magics are lingering in that. Though, considering what it came from, I'd imagine there's a fair bit. Nothing else, I could probably put some sort of channel going down the blade to collect mana. Could potentially be used to evoke whatever it's going on in there. Stuff like Glimmer could probably provide some sort of glass orb or something to store it. We'll have to figure out the design in a bit.
Aldith nods.
What about everyone else? Any other errands you need to be running?
Nia thinks on it.
Well, I have to talk to the ambassador, but I don't think I want to do that before the party.
I never done a party before. I think we need like snacks or something.
Is there anything we do need to bring? I assume the orcs are gonna have snacks.
I think we just bring ourselves and our dancing feet.
Do we need presents? It's
Well,
like the
it's up
ones
to
that
Aldith.
walk out parties.
Want to bring a present?
Aldith will sheepishly look to Ania and be like, could you make a flower crown?
Can make a flower crown.
She'll clap her
don't-
hands.
I don't know if I can make it a forever flower crown.
That's okay.
Okay. Dakota, do you want to help me make flower crowns?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to one of the flower meadows nearby then, probably. Or we can, or we can,
flowers from my hair.
we can add those in. You want to help us too?
Sure.
Nice. So we can either go to one of the wild meadows nearby, or we can buy flowers, like exotic flowers.
A meadow.
Meadow it is. That's our errand for today.
The extreme flower grind.
I gotta look at my spell
meadows
list.
were
Do I have a way to make it infinite? We're just gonna we're just gonna give all the orcs flower crowns.
Well, what about
Later.
your what was the? I think it was like I don't think it was a spell. It was a druid thing that you did at Glimmering
Craft.
Meadows, right? Like you do it for 8 hours and something
Oh,
happens
that
to
one.
the field.
We have plant growth, which she does have ready. Let me see. If casted over 8 hours, you enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius centered on a point within range become enriched for 1 year. That sort of is more for like farmland, but maybe Sin will allow some sort of effect to make them last longer for flowers.
Yeah. I mean, it says if you cast these in action, all normal plants 100-foot radius become thick and overgrown. So I imagine that you could like pretty much just like focus down on that, maybe for a couple of hours or something, based on you being able to do it for 8 hours. And just make a fucking massive ass field of flowers. They're just sturdy.
Yeah. I do actually have that ready, which is really funny. Oh wait, I know what. I remember why I had it ready.
I also promised, or I didn't promise, but I told Gregory I could bless one of the fields out here, and I think he would go easier on us if I did that.
Was it Gregory?
Probably.
That's the human ambassador.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, greasy Gregory.
Just like in Freddy Fazbear from the.
Everyone hates my
voice.
boy, Greg.
Gregory,
He's too
you need
damn-
to be sus.
He's
No,
too
just
damn
like-
pretty.
He is too pretty. He is too pretty.
He's so
We had
pretty.
that whole debacle where we tried to figure out what he was because we didn't trust
He's not
him.
human.
He's not human.
He's so goddamn pretty.
The worst part is Galmar up until the moment where he just starts glowering. And he's just like, oh, this seems like a reasonable person.
Yeah.
He was really worried about the elves stopping trade with them soon, and they were gonna think about things to do. So I think if I bless one of the fields before the party, they'll be a bit happier about that.
Man, even
And
I
not
forgot about
worried
that.
and-
Good job.
Thank you. I didn't even look at my notes for that one. I just remembered when I was like, why do I have plant growth ready? I remember I was gonna use it.
When you're the note taker in the group.
When you're the note taker. I was like,
So we're probably gonna find a place that's near one of the fields and then collect flowers there if the farmers let us.
Outstanding.
You.
And I will just go to the house and I will put my old spear away and Sikilili can carry on and Yes, it sounds like we all have great plans.
If you want to come help us with flower crowns so you're not alone, you can come by any time when you're ready.
I appreciate that. I will try. I have always been... My wife always told me I was absolutely shit at making them, so I apologize.
That's okay. You can stand there being intimidating and scaring the farmers passively.
Making me laugh while I drink water, you bitch.
I'm sorry.
Nah, be nice.
Nah, that's Cyril. Fucking
Oh,
told me I was shit. Fucking killed me, man. Alrighty. So, Ania, Sapphire, Dakota plan to go and get some flower crowns, plucking some from Sapphire's hair, making the fields grow thick and sturdy, grabbing some more flowers, grabbing even more flowers, some more flowers. Cyril going to put away his thingamabob, and then come back and be totally shit at making flower crowns because he can.
Maybe.
It's gonna be the greatest teaching moment for Dad Cyril. And Gelmar, you're going around the town and doing some general whatever the word is. Oh my god, I've completely forgotten. Errands, thank you.
Sorry, I'm actively writing up exactly what I'm looking for in the chat here, and I would be happy to DM it to you if you need plans in a minute.
No worries. And then Aldith, what are you doing?
Well, she has to go with Gelmar if they want to do the sword, but besides that, well, I got nothing. Maybe taking a visit to a temple. Or
Okay.
not a temple, but like a church,
Yeah,
you know?
general church.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. Alrighty. In that case, we're gonna look at depending on what Gelmar says here. But probably we're gonna look at you and Gelmar heading to Boren's place. So you guys can get that
actually had
and separate.
I actually had a couple stops I was planning to make before then, but sure.
Ooh. What's the first stop that you're planning?
Well, first I want to stop by the bar to see if I can get a couple bottles of ale for the celebration. I know the orcs said that they probably have that covered, but just simply to make sure we have something, we all can agree on.
Some extras. You're like, yeah, they got the wild shit, but I got the good shit.
Well, I mean, all that's kind of left indication that that she hasn't really tried any types of alcohol, so it's just like, okay, what should be some basic ones I could probably bring out just to start her off?
Fair enough. Yep. You would probably. I'm assuming you're going to the tavern inside Technolopolis you're used to.
Probably, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you got
No,
you and.
I can guarantee the dwarf behind the counter is going to be really mad at me at the first one that I request.
Fair enough. Yeah, you head there. Brock is standing behind the counter as you're used to. Greta is moving around the area, kind of doing her usual, like dropping off alcohol, beers, all the ales and stuff like that as you walk in. They both greet you kindly. You are one of their more frequent patrons, or at least used to be before you went on your adventures and stuff. Actually, Aldous, I don't think you've ever met Greta or Brock, have you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so Brock is a dwarf. Let me see if I can find his listing here. There you are. Yeah, he's a dwarf kind of innkeeper at the Stone Mug Inn. He's a very stocky build, rugged demeanor, a little bit shorter than you, approximately 4'5" ish. Of course, he has a lot of like deep lines around his eyes from lack of sleep, probably. Very thick beard of braided iron gray hair that falls down to his chest. He's definitely a little bit of an older dwarf, based on your knowledge of general dwarf ages. But he has a very warm smile to him when he grabs Galmar's arm and kind of grips it. You can definitely tell it's a strong grip. He is definitely like, he may look old, but he is definitely a what's the word? A stubborn old man. And then Greta, there she is. She is an elven woman, a little bit taller than you, probably around 5'10" ish, if I had to guess. She's a little bit shorter of an elf, but she has wild blonde hair that cascades in loose waves around her shoulders, specifically 2 large braids that are framing her face. She has very gentle gray eyes, and a general soft tunic, as well as the a apron that falls over her as she's like moving orders around, talking to people. She's like writing down a whole bunch of people's orders, and she's doing like 7 or 8 things at the exact same time, and somehow still makes time to greet Galmar, to smile warmly at you as she greets you. She even like holds her hands out to shake your hand in a more traditional human greeting than dwarven.
Brock, it's been a good long while, aye?
Aye, it's been a long time since I've seen you. You haven't been back here for about a month or so now?
Could have sworn I visited since, but yeah, it has been a fair bit, something like that.
Aye.
Much as I'd love to sit down and celebrate the return with everyone else around here, I'm afraid I'm going to be needed elsewhere pretty soon. Still, if you've an opportunity, I was hoping I might be able to buy a few bottles off of you. I think a couple
certainly.
of the brews. I was thinking a couple of brews you have with you might be good for a more casual celebration I'm going to be having with a couple friends pretty soon here.
Not a problem indeed. What you got lined up? Venturer's life never slows.
Oh, don't I know it? The person I'm actually going to be celebrating has a pretty untested alcohol tolerance, so I was actually hoping to start with something with a couple more mild ones, if that's all right.
I see.
I don't suppose you have any bottles of Nine Roses back there, do you? Above game, Nine Roses is basically just alcohol mixed into like a teaspoon of alcohol mixed into tea, basically.
He's all like, think on for a second, kind of chuckle to himself softly, and he's gonna go, well, we haven't had a whole lot of that shit, man, lately. Ain't too big here, but I think I got a bottle in the back.
I would appreciate that. Also be good to get a quick refill, a quick bottle of, let's say, Razor's Brew, and especially for some of the heavier drinkers. Do you by chance have any Blackland Fire back there?
Whoo! Gotta be saying that one to a youngin'. Oh, hey, tongue better be on fire.
Oh,
I got a couple bottles of it.
Oh no, don't worry. I am keeping that one away from the new drinker until I'm certain she can handle it.
Nah, make her drink it first. It'd be very funny.
Oh, you are a brutal man, he says. Let's give me it.
Aldith is pouting behind Gelmar, like talking about her like she's not even there.
Poor girl. Yeah, he turns around, walks into the back. After a few moments, he comes back with about 4 bottles or so, 2 of the Blackfire, 1 of the Rose, and 1 of the other one, and he places it down.
Perfect. What do I use as digging through his coin pouch?
For all 4 of these, all 4 of the bottles themselves, we'll go with gold and maybe 5 copper.
You know what? I'm afraid I'm a little bit short on. I'm afraid I'm a bit short on. Oh wait, what am I saying? I do have plenty of copper. Yeah, I can pay that. I will put. Actually, I'm just gonna give him 1 gold and put the last silver on his desk while I'm at it.
Aw. This guy sort of raises his eyebrow.
I know you said a few copper. I need to give you something, and as an apology for how long it's been. I promise I'll be back pretty soon, and I'd imagine.
Keep bringing me all this gold and silver. You'll be our favorite customer. And he like grabs the coins and chunks them into his bag.
Thanks, he is picking up the bottles and putting in his pouch. Before looking back at all this and seeing the look. Sorry, something wrong?
No, everything's fine, Gilmore. Let's just go.
Insight!
Go
That is the
ahead.
least convincing response I have ever heard.
Go
Pulls out
ahead.
shotgun. Well,
Yeah, I pick up nothing.
I feel like you should roll this with advantage, though. The sarcasm was painted on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
roll it with advantage. With that
Yeah,
much
for sure.
sarcasm, you could layer a field with it. It'd be really funny if you got a natural 1, though. Alright, fair enough.
Okay, that's alright.
A little bit better.
Yeah, she's very annoyed that you talked about her as if she was not in the room with you. She's not thrilled that you just treated her like an object.
As you say that, Gavar's like giving you a quizzical look. You don't even hear it, but like you don't even like you barely register it before a voice says right next to you, "She's just mad that you ain't including her, darling." As fucking Greta like walks right past you from like directly behind you, she's like pats your arm.
He's got how to click in his head. She's like, crap. It's just like he knows why, but at the same time, it's just like he just ordered a bottle of alcohol that most dwarves will look down on you extremely hard. If they actually catch you drinking, it's like it's probably best to distance her from the exact target of that.
Aldith, roll me perception check.
Okay.
That's why he did not openly. He say it was for her.
Nice. It's not very high DC. You have a piece of paper now in your hands as Greta moves past you.
Is there anything written on the piece of paper?
Yeah, it's an address.
What?
Damn.
Fun note, I've been wanting to do this since the beginning of this whole fucking game, but I haven't had a reason to do it. Greta
Oh my
is
God.
extremely and unbelievably out for most women in the town.
Let's go!
Like she is unabashedly interested in people. The moment that she clocked the shit out of you.
See, you could have skipped all of Gelmar's conversation and been flirting with Greta this whole time.
Yeah, she 100% clocked the shit out of you the second you walked in the building. And as she, like, walked past you, she just put that in your hand.
Aldith's face will go bright fucking red. Her ears immediately the same shade. It even goes down to her neck, and she'll try and like track her down with her eyes.
She is
Like, where'd she
moving like
go?
a blur. Like, she is moving back and forth across the entire tavern with honestly a grace and mobility that is shocking to see from most people, much less an elf. But she catches your eye and winks at you. She just goes back to her general orders.
Aldith will squeak. And she will pocket the address for later.
Oh dear God.
And for everyone who's curious, I showed her in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
This is
No, I
her
remember.
actual personality.
No, I remember.
I fucking love getting to pull out characters again. It's so fun.
Wait, I have an idea. Wait. Does Aldith have the capability to track her down and stop her for one moment?
If you really want to, yeah. Like, she's constantly moving, but you're more than welcome to.
I mean, Gilmore was about to ask if you wanted to pick up anything while you're here, but okay.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, a girl. No, she'll very politely try and stop her for a moment.
Mm-hmm. She's like holding
And
like 4 or 5 like different like ales, and she like places 2 on a table while she looks at you and places another one. She's like moving right past you, and like she just kind of turns and smiles at you. What can I do for you, darling?
I know you're busy, and I'm so sorry to stop you.
That's not a problem.
I don't know if this is crazy, but there is a sort of celebration going on in the Orc Quarter, and it's a celebration for me. I just killed a boar. It's really cool. Not
impressive.
to brag or anything, but thank you. If you would like, I would love to see you come if you can get off.
That's incredibly smooth. Good job.
That is beautiful. I love that it just mentioned this is crazy. She like kind of like smiles as you say that. She just nods and she says, "Don't worry, darling. I wouldn't miss it for the world."
Olive will like she'll nod and she'll be like, I'm very excited to see you there, and then she'll try and walk away as smoothly as possible.
Dun dun shoomp. I'm good.
Yeah, literally. Like she'll probably trip a little bit because she's like, oh my god, I just did that. But yeah, she'll walk
Aldith is
back over to
totally
Gilmore.
doing. Aldith is totally doing that hip sway that hip sway that I know you're watching walk.
Absolutely correct.
Fucking wild, dudes. Alright. Oh yeah. No, two of you exit.
We're the charisma based. We're the charisma based people in the group. We have to.
We have Riz. Alda just needed to use it.
God. You both exit the tavern. Yeah, Galvar, you see Aldith has a pep in her step.
He was very worried when he saw the initial response, and he figures if he brings it up now, it's probably going to kill the move. And so he just gives a response, just like, no, crud, how do I even respond? How do I even want to respond to this? I don't know.
So like walking behind her, just like, how do I say something?
He does not understand how humans date / build relationships like that. Or humanoids, I guess, is more broadly accurate, considering I believe she was Wood Elven ancestry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to know what Gelmar's perception of courtship is as a dragon.
Awooga, awooga.
The worst part is not even I actually have that answer off the top of my head because I figured this character wouldn't end up doing that.
I wonder if
fair.
Gelmar ever got the chance to like learn. Like maybe he wasn't ever like actually taught that.
Well, crud, that's
It's like
possible.
a minor dragon.
I love that.
I mean, he's still a young dragon, so...
Yeah.
Aww.
He's just a baby.
Just a baby. Alright, so yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
So you guys just don't be heading over to Glimmers?
That would be my next plan for a stop. Though, probably on the way there, we'd probably make some level of small talk.
Mm-hmm.
Grad's a good gal.
Yes, very.
Actually, would I actually know of any kind of flower that she would like?
Greta?
Mm-hmm.
Greta loves red roses specifically. Whenever you got the chance to talk with her about it, she very specifically enjoys red roses because they're very thorny.
Just gets down down and whispers to Aldith. Next time, as we walk past the market, here, take a couple of these. I'm going to put a few copper into her hand. Get a bushel full of red roses. The thornier, the better.
Aldith beams with excitement and gives a very enthusiastic head nod.
The more they stab. Alrighty.
Still, I suppose while I've got your ear, Mary says, leaning back up. I'm sorry about that little show back there, but let's just say some of the heavier drinkers in there don't exactly have much respect for some of the particular bottles I had to grab in there. I promise I wasn't trying to ignore you.
Aldith will sort of like a expression of understanding like settles on her face, and she'll pipe up. She'll be like, I apologize. I shouldn't have gotten so angry. I know you now. I know that you didn't mean any harm, and I know that you usually wouldn't mean harm anyway, but I was right there, and you talked about me like I wasn't even there.
Yeah, I probably should have thought about that before I even opened my mouth, honestly. Or at least cued you into that before we went in.
Well, now we know for next time, and she'll give him like a little nudge in the shoulder, like the side.
Yeah. I'm still, hold on, I don't have a very whispers back. Or no, I'm actually just gonna send this through the message stone. I still don't have the strongest understanding of humanoid customs.
Oh, did he say that out loud?
He said
Message
that.
stone. I sent that through message stone.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I tuned out of the things and I only heard that. Where like, did you see that to Aldith?
To be fair, he
It was
did
your-
directly tell her the other day, hey, that he is dragon.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did he message stone that to her, or just say it to them? Like,
To her.
I used the message stone. It's you receive the message in your mind.
yeah. That's what I thought. I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was to a different recipient or not. That was my okay. She probably like wouldn't respond, but give a knowing smile and nod, and sort of just like out loud say, "Things are confusing."
Oh, don't I know it? On the subject of our next destination, though, have you ever met Glimmer before?
Above game, I don't think so.
I don't think you would have any reason to interact with her unless you regularly go to get either toys or to be around children.
No. Then the answer is no.
It's like two of the primary things that Glimmer does is make toys for kids and teach kids stuff. I mean, she also makes explosives, but it's like her side hobby.
She's quite the talented tinkerer of the town. I believe she was the one that made both the message and the sending earrings that we've been using.
Mm-hmm.
Like above game, he's telling. In game, he's telling that to Aldith.
Yeah. She'll sort of like get like a little sparkle of excitement in her eyes, and she'll be like, "Oh, that's exciting."
She's quite enthusiastic with her work, though mostly he uses them to create toys. Her shop's usually buzzing with young children all the time. Still, she's all, like I said, talented tinkerer with a number of magical capabilities alongside her creations. I was hoping I might be able to talk her into selling me a couple of our basic materials. I think a few of them could go well for drawing some of the power out of that tusk if you do intend to use it as a weapon later. And I did think that she'd probably be one of the best souls to create a tool for tracking my sister, of all things. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to properly rephrase my words, because I think a lot of it might sound a bit creepy or dubious to the children, and that are likely still around.
I could distract the children while you pull her to the side and talk to her.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't be that surprised if I used the message earring as either. I appreciate the offer, though.
Mm-hmm.
Still, if you have any other sort of a basic inventions of magical nature that you might want to request, that's your gnome.
Good to know.
Anything on your mind and commission in from her before we go in?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, we can still at the very least check out what sort of materials she has on her as it is, or tools she has on her as it is. I imagine she's got a fair few fancy ones.
All right. Y'all head towards Glimmer's shop. As always, inside of Technolopolis, you guys are primarily hearing various different explosions from various different tech tinkering. But as you guys arrive at Gleam's Gadgets, you guys walk in. Oop, hello there. Sorry, forgot to mute my alerts. Hello, everyone. Bitty bitty bamba. Sorry, I had my... Oops. Do. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Considering we are in D&D, we shall have you guys read that. But I appreciate you, Gwynmar, for popping in. I appreciate you and all your friends and fellows. If you're interested in all of our stuff, check out the text chat there and settle in for a lovely and wonderful D&D adventure. But yes, you guys walk over into Glimmer's shop, Glimmer's Gadgets. As you guys do so, you do see Glimmer Gear Spinner. She is a very sweet gnome, surprisingly slender considering her general hobby, and she is bouncing pretty much off the walls, more or less, as she is I think she's about 4'2", roughly, maybe a little bit shorter. She has long auburn hair that's pulled back into a messy bun, with like loose strands all over her face. She's wearing a what appears to be rather patched up leather apron over a very simple blouse and trousers, adorned with various trinkets and tools, just plastered pretty much all around her pants. But she has the most stunning green eyes that you've ever seen. They are practically like burning into you whenever you look at her, and they are just sparkling with curiosity and enthusiasm, as she is like in the middle of like 5 or 6 different projects as she's like compiling everything together, like slapping things together. And she looks up and sees the both of you, and she smiles and she goes, "Hey there, how you guys? Yeah, you all doing? It's been a little while since I've seen you again, more. What you need for today? You got anything you need? I got some." She like pulls out like a little mini train almost. It's very weird, almost illustration of what a train might be, but she like shows it to him, and she starts moving along like the table, as like the tiny wheels kind of badly rotate. Got this. We got some bombs. She pulls up like an actual like tiny little firecracker bomb thing. What you need? What you got?
Above game, before I actually begin, did Cyril already notify her that we need some fireworks?
I don't believe so, no.
All right, fair enough. I'll ask her about that while I'm here, in addition to all that.
Oh, are we getting more fireworks?
Oh, do we already have some? Sorry,
Yeah.
We had a whole crate of them.
Never mind, I'm good. Sorry, I wasn't paying
Okay.
as close attention as I thought I was.
No
You're good. But yeah.
Glimmer. All right, it has been a fair bit of time. I actually had a couple of things I wanted to request off of you, if you've got the materials and the time.
What's up? I got anything and everything that you need. I probably can have it, or I can make it.
let's start with the basics. I actually had a couple. I wanted to know if I could buy a couple of your basic materials off of you. I figure some sort of mana bead could be a good tool to focus some magic from for a tool that I'm trying to construct soon here. Don't suppose you have
Ooh.
any spares?
D-
Above game, I just basically mean a common arcane focus because they can come in the form of a tiny bead.
we probably got a couple of replacements for that. I would just check over here. She like leans across her little desk and like pulls out like 37 different variations of these beads. We got various quantities. Most of these are about a couple of silver, probably, maybe a couple of copper, depending on how cheap you want. What you need?
Let's shoot for something around the silver or value here. The magic or the object in question seemed like it would be extremely powerful, so we probably want something a little bit more beefy.
I
But
see.
there is something else I wanted to request, though. He looks around at all the kids. It might sound a bit dubious for phrasing. Do we have a more private place we can chat about it, or can I just do it over the message hearing? He says, tapping the one currently hanging from his horn.
Any one of them will work. I can have my kids clear out, or you can just send through a message. Either one will work for me. Message usually is going to be the easier route to do, as the kid's currently occupied.
Fair enough. It's not like we should. It's not like I should be messing with their fun anyway. He says, "I'm assuming there's probably a random stool sitting around, so I'm just going to pull one of them up, take a seat. As I'm going to tap the message earring, and I'm going to regale her with at least some level of a story. Before I get started, did I ever tell you what brought me into Haven?
I don't believe so. I know you come by here at one point or another. You start talking boring. That's about all I know.
It wasn't exactly as calm of a situation as I would have liked to say the least. My sister ended up getting abducted by a band of ne'er-do-wells up in the mountains.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I originally arrived in Haven hoping I might be able to pick up on some sort of rumors of the perpetrators, but that didn't quite go as planned. Still, I do have enough indication, especially in no small thanks to your sending stone, that she is at the very least at the moment healthy. And I think we might be on the precipice for being able to go track her down to save her. But I might need a bit of help for one last tool in order to go about that.
Ooh. For you, I make it cheap. For your sister, I make it for free. What you need?
Are you familiar with... I'm certain by now you are well aware of the fact that dragons have been extinct for nearly 800 years, yeah?
Indeedy.
Well, their influence hasn't exactly faded from the world, as it were. Several thousand years ago, they used to have an ongoing habit of... I guess the best way to phrase it is had shenanigans with common folk, and by consequence ended up imbuing some of us with a bit of their magic. Well, both me and my sister are descendants of one of such individuals. We are draconic sorcerers, or at least we hold at least part of that power. Would you be able to use something like that to track someone else of similar capabilities? A few scales, perhaps? Maybe some blood?
Interesting. I mean, trying to find two of the similar kin is not usually the most difficult thing in the world. A couple of scrying spells plus a couple of minor focuses probably can get it. Depending on the range that you're looking at, depending how far they are, kind of changes. Do you know a rough approximation of your sister's last location?
About halfway between here and the Elven Lands, though I'd imagine they had a fair bit of time to travel.
Okay. Longer distances usually make it a little bit more inaccurate, but probably from this distance I can point you in general direction, make sure you go in the right place. Closer you get, I can probably make it so it's a little bit more accurate, depending on how long it's going to take you to get over there, and then that can kind of change things. The potency might have different effects, so yeah, it should be what it is.
Well, if it's any consolation, we do know for a fact that they did end up traveling through some sort of tunnel way, so I would imagine that that would have some level of effect for more or less echoing the monoflow.
Interesting. Okay. So, ooh, change the monoflow, changes that. Okay, and then we can switch that to sorcerers.
Imagine, and to some degree, it might potentially make it a bit more noticeable, or at least the trail that they leave behind could be.
Well, she kind of like looks over you and goes, give me one of your scales, give me, she kind of like pulls out a small vial, fill this with blood, come back tomorrow, and I'll whip up a thingamabob, and you'll be able to take with you.
Gladly. You can really do that fast? Dang.
Kind of rush order won't be quite as good as I might make if I had a little bit more time, but things like this, it takes a little bit of finesse and some skills, and I have to go talk to a couple of different people about the different magical capabilities and be able to tinker it together. But there's one thing I'm good at, it's making things and making them well.
Dang, I already had the highest respect for your capabilities, but it seems like I still haven't been giving you enough. Hey, big for this one, Honey says. Alright, I'll make sure to procure a payment for this task as soon as I make it back with the materials then.
Oh, not to worry. Trying to make it so people unite with their siblings is something I have great care for. No need to pay me for this one, darling. It's just making sure that you find her. That's the important part. If you really won't pay me, well, you adventure. I'm sure you got the cash at some point or another. But for this specifically, don't you dare, or I will personally find someone who can beat your ass. She slowly swivels over and looks at Aldous.
He gives a chuckle. You are way too generous for your own good. Do you know that?
How you think I have so many kids walking around?
Well, I suppose while I'm here, though, have you any interesting new tools since our last visit?
Yeah, not too many. I do have like some new
I should mention, since the end of the story, he has switched back to actually speaking vocally.
Yeah. Yeah, it should probably be like, I don't have too many. Most of mine are either woodcrafting, smithing, or some variation of in between. I do have, she kind of looks around for a little bit and then pulls out a lyre and puts it on the table. I do have this. This one just came in just recently. A lot of people have been liking this kind of things. I've been building a few of them, making a few of them, passing them around. I got this one from a nice little craftsman. It's about, 6 silver if you're interested in, and play some beautiful music.
Does that mean any magical qualities, or just a fun tool, or just a fun musical instrument?
It's just a musical instrument. I don't got any magical ones right now. I'd have to go and fish around for a couple of them outside, but haven't had the time or the energy to do so. This one just sounds pretty.
Still a new hobby. It could be fun. How much did you say that was again?
6 silver, darling.
Bit short on silver. How could I get you to split this? He says, putting a gold on the table.
Oh, absolutely. She'll shove the thing into the bag, pull out 4 more silver, and pass it over to you.
Thank you.
Never go anywhere without being able to split your money.
Looks over at Aldous. What about at you, Aldous? Anything catch your eye?
What kind of curiosities and oddities we got going on in here?
A lot of children's toys, from what you could see. Mostly it's like any general type of children's toy you can imagine. Probably they're somewhere over in the shelves or over in the area. If you can imagine most kinds of toys, you could probably imagine what she would have in her shop. She also has like a lot of like games too. Most of the games that you've seen Ania pull out, she has at least 1 or 2 variations of them. And on top of that, she definitely has like, she whittles a lot. She appears to do some kind of metal crafting to a degree as well. all kinds of oddities and wonders around her. Most of which the kids are playing with.
Would any of them stand out as something maybe Helm would take as an offering?
For the most part, Helm's offerings are usually that of sentimental value. And a lot of the times, especially if you've lost someone, especially kids, they will usually have some kind of sentimental aspect to a childhood toy or a childhood thing. So pretty much anything in this entire area, as long as you have sentimental value to it, could be used as a as an offering to Helm.
Beautiful. I feel like Aldith would probably beeline for if there's like a stuffed animal of any sort, she'd probably beeline towards there.
Okay.
And
would be quite a few.
she'd probably I'm trying to think which one would maybe best represent her mom.
Good question.
Would there be, this is weird because it's not technically an animal, but maybe like a star stuffed animal or something like that?
Star stuffed animal. I would say there's probably like the generic like 5-pointed yellow
Yeah.
star things, then like 2 tiny eyes. You probably see like there's a collection of them in the corner, and a couple kids are like passing them back and forth, making like little like puppet shows with them almost, and talking to each other. There's quite a few of them that aren't being touched.
That aren't being touched? Okay. She would grab one of the ones like on the shelf that aren't being touched, and she'd like give a little wave to the children that are playing with the other ones.
The kids wave back at you.
She would then walk back and pay for her stuffed animal.
Nice. It'd be... We'll go with 3 copper. So it's not particularly hard to make, and she has quite a few of them, so...
Girl, when I tell you I only have gold.
She is more than happy to give you 9 silver and 7 copper.
Beautiful.
She's a very good
What were those numbers
businesswoman.
again so I could put it in here?
9 silver and 7 copper in exchange for 1 gold.
Okay, that has
Alrighty.
been updated.
Nice. As you both start to leave the area, we're gonna look over at the others for right now. Cyril, you have managed to put away your spear, and you do have your new spear with you. I'm assuming you're walking back over to the others, or are you doing something else?
I think I do. I think I do find my way back over to like Ania and Dakota and Sapphire.
Okay.
And I do attempt to make the flower crowns, but it's like these big giant hands. It's like 2 spiders trying to basket. You know. And like it is very clear which ones were made by Cyril because an attempt was made.
God. Yeah, Ania, Dakota, Sapphire, you guys have been crafting some flower crowns for a little while. Both with the ones that Sapphire has just generally in her hair, but also with the field that you guys have been kind of giving life to, more or less. You guys do anything special as you guys are crafting these flower crowns? You guys just chit-chatting while you do so?
They are probably, if there was a farm, they would probably have asked like permission and be like, "Hey, do you want a free farm blessing? I can bless the fields or this side of them."
I don't think there's a single farmer who would say no to that.
Yeah, so she'd probably find something that's like a good staple crop that the town could rely on in an emergency, as long as if she can find one that's close enough to a flower field.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys be able to find that fairly easily.
Cool. And that would be, she has to stay there for 8 hours to properly bless it.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and mark that as used off. So since she has to stay still, she's just like been sitting in the one spot and asking people to bring her flowers to work on the flower crowns. Because she can't like get up or anything while she's doing it. So she is totally stationary if anyone wants to run off to talk without her there, or if they want to approach her to talk.
Oh, I love the idea that we'd be like, all right, okay, and he is distracted and not watching us. Quick, talk.
Quick, while she can't hear us and she has to stay over there. She can't sneak over.
Converse
She
without the
stopped.
magic
Quickly,
eyes.
mischief, now.
Let's summon another vampire lord. Let's go.
He's like, I'm grounding you.
Go run off and sacrifice ourselves or something.
Teleport without her knowledge, you'll be fine. Alrighty. Yeah, Sapphire, Dakota, what are you two doing?
Dakota's probably trying to find the best flowers. He's really like kind of like anxiously picky about it. It's like, is this actually a good flower? The petals are kind of broken here. Is this good?
Are these good flowers? How do you define a good flower? Oh no, man!
And I do a weird insight check.
Sure.
Can I insight on if I noticed Aldith being attracted to any particular colors or like any floral designs in the past?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I would say you can.
Sick. I have not been paying attention to that. 10 is still pretty good.
10 is pretty alright. I don't know if Aldith has shown a whole lot of interest in specific flowers in the time you guys have known each other.
Anything
Correct me
I
if
would
I'm
have
wrong
picked
with
up
Aldith.
with a 10. Aldith.
She likes like yellows and whites.
Roger that. Good enough for me.
Give me
She
them
would have passed that
dandelions.
information. Yeah, she would have passed that information to Dakota and Sapphire.
Nice.
I think during the flower hunting, Sapphire would try to make some sort of training out of it, like whether that be using her sword to get the smoothest cut or whatever.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, my brain isn't braining. What are you doing with the sword?
I'm basically trying to get some training in while doing this, so like
Ah, okay. Yeah, you do
practicing
have
with my
your...
sword and or bow. I don't know how that would work well as with flower hunting though.
Yeah, you do have your lightning sword that you haven't gotten much experience with since you've gotten it from the boat. So I'd probably
I
say...
don't think lightning sword is good for flower hunting though.
So I'd probably say, like, doing very fine movements with the sword as you move around the flowers. Because obviously...
Can we change it to the
like,
knives? I have knives, right?
you do have knives, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd want more training with the knives.
Okay.
Since I use my sword a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say
Already,
you probably
so-
have two just like general knives basically, because you don't. You haven't really needed much use out of them. You usually use them for, like, say, carving or for skinning or anything of that sort. But using them, obviously, like, making sure you have refinement using them, especially trying to make sure that you can use them quickly, you can use them effectively in case you don't have your swords. Absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Aldous. All right, cool. So as you do your training, as Cyril desperately tries to turn tiny flowers into a flower crown using some of the world's largest fingers, that all works pretty well. All right. Dakota, is there anything special that you're doing at the moment, or you mostly just trying desperately to find the world's nicest flowers?
He's taking this way too serious, I think. Like he'll occasionally like bring a flower to like someone's like, is this a good flower? Like not even like actually like giving is like, oh yeah, make this into a flower crown. It's like, is this the kind of flowers that you think are good, or should I be searching for more interesting ones?
Ania's going to help Dakota by asking him specifically to get several pure white flowers that are about the same size with long petals.
He
like
takes
a very specific request.
I feel like I think he like, you know, like the bounties. It's like, oh yeah, go
Quest
hunt this
accepted.
individual. Yeah, it's like quest accepted.
He's like, quest accepted. These flowers will be hunted.
Yeah,
She'll say for... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
Yeah, and once the quest is complete, she would tell Dakota to not worry about it being good enough, because Aldith will literally appreciate anything Dakota makes, and she'll tell him that specifically. So she would say to, instead of thinking of what's good enough, think of what is something that could, like, represent both him and Aldith. Like, he should throw in some of his favorite colors into the one he makes for her.
Aww.
Aww. Well, now he's got to figure out what his favorite color is.
Yeah, new quest.
Which one's
This
the
one is
best color? Looks at as fucking scales. What's the best color? Alrighty. While you guys are doing that, Gilmar and Aldith, you two are walking towards your final stop for the day, which is Boren's place.
Sorry, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I was just trying to finish my message.
You are more than fine. But yeah, you guys head over to Boren's. Is, as I've said before, one of the largest buildings in the northern quarter. It's you can feel the heat, even though it's starting to get more into kind of middle afternoon, probably like 4 or 5 or so in the afternoon. And you guys can feel the heat just raging off of the building, as his forge is almost certainly still going. As you guys are probably like 40-50 feet away from the door, and it's already gone up like 10 degrees. Which is kind of nice, considering it's getting a little bit chilly, but considering Aldith's entire armor, not the most pleasant thing in the world.
Whew, I'm never gonna get used to the change in temperature. Or he says, hang on. Yeah, I guess it would be just stepping onto the block where we'd start feeling that.
Pretty
Or
much, yeah.
over to Aldith. Well, have you given much thought to the design of your new blade?
Aldith has started to take off her armor. She's like, nope, because she's been here before, I believe. So she's already, she's like, she's used to it now. She's like, nope, I'm not doing this again. We're taking off the armor. We're gonna wear just our normal clothes underneath. It's fine. She'll look at Gelmar with like a frown on her face. It's very obvious she hasn't really thought about it because she's not sure what she wants. All she knows is that she wants an upgraded sword and likes what Gelmar has pitched to her so far.
Well, we can talk through it as we're tracing out those blueprints. But I think I have a basic idea as to how we'd be able to draw out some level of power from it, though I'm not really certain how we're going to be able to identify it. Still, I could put forward another very basic thought about physical material, at least. Did you know, from what I've been told, many of the oldest humanoid civilizations had actually previously made an older variation of steel by using bone? It was basically like infusing their iron with carbon on its own. We could probably... I bet the same process would work with these tusks, if that would be a good basic start. Unless you'd just like it to be a bone edge.
I think reinforcing it would be a good idea. I think that's a smart move to make.
Okay, how much is perfect? Simple enough. He pulls out the bee and starts staring at it. We probably need to have this stored somewhere. Would you prefer this to be on the handguard or the pommel? For context, the pommel is the area just beneath where your hand goes on the sword.
Mm-hmm. Probably the handguard.
Okay, simple enough. Just bringing the channel all the way down the flat of the blade, leading there. Let's see here. What else can we suggest? I'm assuming you want to stick with a longsword with this, yeah?
That would be preferred.
Okay, easy enough. So, I'm assuming we're having this chattering as we are just stepping into the smithy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
As Aldous has taken off the majority of her armor, so she's not sweltering to death. You guys kind of walk through the doors, and you guys have heard it long before you guys managed to get in. But Boren is absolutely going to town on something or another inside of the building. He's almost certainly in the middle of forging something. As you guys walk in, he's thrown like a full-ass fucking chair into the furnace in the middle of the room, and the fire just like erupts upwards as he kind of like wipes his brow with his arm and just continues to slam his hammer down onto whatever metal is he's using on the anvil.
This feels a bit intense compared to what I would assume his normal behavior is, yeah?
A little bit. This is definitely one of the bigger projects. Usually it's more intense projects involve the forge to be roaring at like full heat. Usually when you're around, he'll...
Entire chair in there?
That's a little bit weirder, but you've seen him do it with a full-ass table at one point. You still aren't quite sure what the context behind the table was, but I think he was just really particularly pissed at that table for some reason. But he usually shoves in like proper coal and shit unless he's like really busy and just doesn't have the time to grab out a bag of coal or whatever and just yeets whatever the closest thing he sees in.
We'll just have to talk. This leading over to Ardolith. I think we'll just have to talk more about this when we get to the blueprint its table over there. He just says, looking over at, or looking between the table and with probably still a stack of blank blueprint and sitting next to it, and Borin smashing out a storm on that at anvil.
You guys can definitely tell Borin does not fucking hear you guys at all.
I am just going to step up to the front desk, knock on the. I'm gonna take my own Craftsman's hammer and lightly tap on probably some random hand at the side to see if that catches attention. As I proceed to come behind the desk, because this is technically where I work.
Fair enough. Yeah, as you like knock on it, like resounds out, and he like turns his head, and you see him like swing down the hammer hard into the metal before, honestly, you see him like reach over, grab a glove, just grab the shit that's on his anvil, which is way hotter than any regular person would be able to grab, but he just grabs it with like this glove and just puts it on some kind of I guess like large spatula thing, and like shoves it into the furnace to let it superheat. As he turns to you guys and he goes, "Oh, good to see you again, boy.
Yeah, long time no see.
What can I do for you?"
Yeah. Well, two things actually. I was stopping in to check in on the progress of my great axe, and I was actually coming to get started on another commission I was working on for my friend here. He said, as gesturing over towards Aldith.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking to make a longsword with a. I guess that's the best way to phrase it. Is we're going to be making an old style of steel to run the process. If that would be up your alley for a challenge. So,
Remind
like
me.
Pretty busy over there, aye?
Remind me what your great axe thing was.
We were infusing the. I believe we were infusing it with some of the material from the door we found inside the god.
That's right,
We
yeah.
weren't 100% certain as to what it was going to do. We just figured it was probably going to make it a lot stronger if we did.
Ah, yes, I finished that one a little while ago. It was a little bit weirder and a little bit harder to use than some of the other ones were. But since it's mod forged, and the door was mostly mana, oddly enough, it seemed to work pretty well. He kind of like walks into the back, completely ignoring the furnace in the middle, which is just like sparking at this point with like random bits flying everywhere. And he comes back with your gray axe, and you're used to having like a true like blue sheen to it because of the monosteel. Because of the addition of the bone, it now is like a. Obviously, you have the blue metal sheen to it, but you also have like a bone white covering to a lot, especially near the blade portions. It's like a bone white sheen. As he kind of like hands it to you. As you grab it, you also notice this thing is so goddamn heavy compared to what it used to be. Especially since it's monosteel, you're like, whenever you would swing it, it was fairly light. Still, obviously a great axe, so it's decently heavy. With the addition of this bone, this shit like doubled in weight almost. It's fucking heavy at this point. But you can also tell if this thing hits something, it's sinking into the thing. Like it's got some force behind it, from what you can tell.
Wow, really did put a lot of this. This right, we just as well call this thing the Mountain Breaker. He said, as carefully putting it away.
It's definitely took it well, but I think while I was fortunate, it's almost had a mind of its own. You hit something with that thing, you better be prepared to go through that thing.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Can't wait to try that thing. Hang out a little later.
Nah.
Is there anything I'll be able to help you with after we get started? At the very least, get the plans drawn up here. I'm just looking over at all of it. I'm correct in the assumption you probably don't want to be sticking around here through the entire process of us getting started on this project, yeah?
I am so hot. Please don't make me stay the whole time.
Valid. if it's all the same to you, Boren, we should probably get started on the blueprints immediately if you're okay with me being hasty. And I don't really want to take any more time away from your staring over at his anvil. I get the sneaking suspicion that's a pretty rough, what's the word I'm looking for here? Rush job, huh?
Nah, it ain't no rush job. This metal I'm working with is pretty dense. There's a specific name to it. I think, Nocturne. That's what it is. You would recognize Nocturne as being one of the densest metals that you've ever worked with. In all the time you've spent with Boren, you cannot craft a Nocturne metal. It requires a level of force that is frankly obscene, and the level of heat that is practically absurd. A lot of the times they just take massive chunks of it and just make it into forges by like chipping off pieces because it's so hard to forge. Anything made with Nocturne is something that's never going to break, but it requires a level of it requires like literal weeks of forging to do anything to it. And he's like, it's just some Nocturne I got laying around. I've been forging into something pretty special. So, you know, it's just gonna be sitting like that for a little while. It ain't too much of an issue. What kind of blueprints you got for me?
We were going to construct some sort of longsword, actually.
Oh, come back to the old basics.
Back to the old basics, even with the old metallurgy techniques.
Oh,
We're fully going to be mixing iron and bone.
I get to fucking shove it to Bertha.
Oh yeah, we get to do it big time.
Yeah. Fucking not as good at natural forging as she is. Fucking bullshit. I'm the best natural forger this town has ever seen.
And this is our perfect opportunity to prove it.
So yeah.
But before I get started on that, if you're having, I know you're not usually that into physical aid when it comes to crafting, but I'd be more than happy to quickly chisel up a fire rune if you'd like some assistance with the Nocturne over there. I know I'm not exactly your number one pick for working on that, but I'd still be more than happy to help you with anything I can while I'm here.
Yeah, I always forget that you're growing up, kid. You're welcome to do what you can with Nocturne. It's pretty tough material, but one day you may have to forge some of your own, and best of luck.
I'm certain. I'll get there eventually, whether or not I'm prepared for it today, and that is the only thing that we can hope for. Mutual improvement.
He's gonna look up over all that thing. He's gonna go, so, what kind of metal you want with your bone? You want on that sword at your hip? We could turn that into something fancy.
Aldith will sort of look down at the sword on her hip and, like, this is such a good question. Why make me think about logistics? Just make me a sword. No, I'm kidding.
My job.
I know. She's a sentimental person, so I'd say that she'd probably like offer up the sword to see if they can like include like any part of that into the new sword, whether it be like, you know, just reusing the leather on the hilt or what have you.
Yeah, he'll kind of take the sword from you. Considering his size and, you know, the fact that you literally saw him throw a chair into a furnace less than 5 minutes ago, he takes it surprisingly, like, gingerly. Like, he like, gently takes it from you. And he, like, looks over, he pulls out the sheath and kind of flips the sheath into the air as he switches hands. Just grabs the sheath with his left hand as it's coming down. He, like, looks over the sword. You can tell just from how he is handling your weapon, this is not only a master craftsman, this is a master sword user. Like, he's probably spent literally centuries working with swords, especially the way he's handling his straight sword. This is probably one of his weapons of choice. As he's, like, looking over and he goes, fine steel. This is actually, Now, my question for you, Aldith. Have you ever taken your sword to get appraised before?
Why would she do that?
It's a good question. Now, my question for you as well is, who did you get your sword from?
I think from what I wrote in her backstory, she stole it from her village's armory.
Yeah. As he's looking over it, you see a smile forming on his face. Now, one thing that Aldith almost certainly would never have really paid attention to, your sword has never been nicked. Not a single time in your entire journey, your entire time being an adventurer, your sword has never been nicked or chipped. Not even once. It's not something you would ever have paid attention to, not something you ever thought about, because why would you? You're not really super indebted to your sword or whatever. But he's looking over, you see a smile forming on his face, and he goes, "Oh my goodness, girl. This isn't top-of-the-line magic. This is made by a pretty petty craftsman. I can make this better." Anyway, this wasn't made super well, but this has magic infused with it. He kind of flips it around, and he kind of gestures to the kind of front of the sword, where you see a few runes etched into it. And he goes, "These are dwarven runes, girl. This was, ooh." He kind of looks at the back and goes, "Ah, this is elven runes, too. You have a dwarf elf rune, sword."
Ooh, may I see that? Gilmarsa is looking it up, holding an arm out.
He kind of like hands it over to Gelmar. Gelmar, famously, dwarves and elves hate each other with a passion.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
One of the main reasons for this is that elves make magic, dwarves make steel. However, the greatest weapons that you've ever seen forged is from a combination of magic and steel. Specifically, magic-infused weapons of pretty much any kind. Dwarven craftsmanship plus elven magic is some of the best weapons you've ever seen in your entire life. It's actually the principle behind monosteel weapons. They just go a little bit further into that territory using specific metal. But this one has dwarven runes to signify that this was dwarven made in in the mountains to the north. But it also has elven runes, which imply that it was not only enchanted, it was enchanted in Star Shadow City. Or Star Shadow Kingdom.
Can I read the runes?
You can read the dwarven ones. It's a signature. You're not entirely sure which which dwarf made this exactly. You can tell it's you've seen this runes before. It's a decent dwarven forge master. No one of super note, but it's well crafted.
Impressive. I'd say they really did put their heart and soul into this one. He said, slowly handing it back to Born.
Indeed.
Yeah.
However, there's still a bitch because I can make this better, and I can keep the magic.
Ooh,
it's not even that good magic.
I mean, still fun magic nevertheless. It'd be more than
As is true.
I think he says, pulling off his smith's apron off of one of the hooks, and grabs a notebook. We could probably make a quick copy of the magical runes. Might be able to use it for a few future crafts as well.
Indeed. I'll replace the dwarven runes with my own signature, but the elven runes, copy those down. That helps kind of influence the magic. From what I can tell, miss, these magical designs is supposed to make it so that your sword doesn't break, and honestly, it just makes it pretty. It's not super important magical enhancements, but it's stubborn. It's stubborn material, I'll give it that. You hit it with something hard enough, it'll snap in half, but until that comes, you ain't having no injuries to it.
That'll be a fun enchantment to move over to a new final tool. Well,
Yeah, makes it look pretty and makes it not chip. You have no idea how many
On that-
people have lost their lives to just a sword being chipped and not being able to slice through what they're going through.
On that note, he is grabbing an ink vial and a quill, as well as grabbing one of the top blueprints off.
Mhm.
I think we should probably begin with how the tool is now. How I give a quick sketch of that.
Indeed. And he'll like place down the sword. And he'll look at Aldeth and he'll go, "Alright, miss, you're free to leave at this point if you want to. You can watch some of this if you want, but I'm about to make this forge way hotter. Because it ain't smelting my my nocturne nothing. I need to make it at least twice as hot. Those flames gonna be burning all night. Oh, it's gonna be great."
Aldith will give a polite curtsy, and like she has like, you can see like in her eyes that there's like this wonder, like, but also like, how did she never fucking notice this? Like, how did she never notice this? But also like, wow. But she'll give a polite curtsy as thanks, and she'll wave goodbye to Gelmar, and then she will leave.
Cool.
He'll return the wave. Yeah, go on ahead. I'll meet you at the party later. On that note, I'm Barn. I don't suppose you'd be interested in joining us for that.
Ah, where's the party?
Over in the orc camp, I believe.
An orc party? Of course I'll be there. You know how many drinks they serve? Ah, and the orc women. Always a good time.
Aldith halfway out the door. Right?
Heck, I'm even bringing a bottle of Blackland and Fire. It's gonna be a good party.
You bringing a bottle to fire? Oh yeah. It's gonna be a good night tonight. As Aldous starts walking out, you see him grabbing like a whole bag of coals and yeeting them into his massive furnace.
Above game, I guess if we're gonna be separating, I might as well. I'll check in with Dad.
No. Alright, as
I'm
Aldith kind
just
of...
going to be subtly doing that while I'm sketching up the first blueprint. Just as what she has right now.
As Aldith, you walk out the area, and you kind of start heading out. It becomes so much fucking colder. Like, it went from like 110 degrees inside of the building to like 80 degrees like fucking 30 feet away. Like it drops in temperature.
He will hastily put her armor back on.
Very nice. Alright, where are you heading?
Moi, I am heading to a nearby church, if any.
Alright, cool. There is one major church inside of the area. It's where you met with Helm last time. It's also where most people go when they have some kind of religious interaction. It's not very often used, since most of the folks inside of Haven don't really have that much of a connection, but is used by at least a couple of them every now and again. And for Gelmar, did you already contact him, or are you going to be doing so now?
I'm going to contact him again now that I know that I'm going to have some time alone in between the getting to work on the weapon and the party beginning.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna start typing my message because Lord knows I have no idea
I
how I'm
can
going
copy
to get there.
paste it to you from what you sent me earlier.
Oh no! I already have that response. It's mostly just a what do I send him from here because.
Oh, okay.
Because it's mostly just a. The last one was please get to the area of Haven. I'd like to talk later.
Mhm.
This one is a I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you, dear God. I've been pulled in nearly every direction, but I have some time this evening if you're available.
Fair enough. Alright, well, you type that out. Aldith, you are heading to the church. And as you walk in, it's the same. It's about as quiet as it was previously. It's about probably 6 or 7 p.m. at this point. So you guys have walked quite a while. And going around Harmonious Haven is a long walk, because there's a lot of things to see, a lot of places to go, a lot of people to talk to. So it's about probably 6 or 7 p.m. at this point. The sun is starting to set, as it sets a little bit earlier now, and you can see kind of the sun above you is like slowly starting to hit the horizon. It's probably like 3/4 of the way there. As you head towards the church and kind of open up the church doors. They obviously haven't been used for most of the day, aside from maybe 1 or 2 people throughout the day. And it's about as quiet as it was last time that you were here.
Aldith would probably check to make sure, that things are still neat and tidy from the last time she was here, that things have been respected, things have been taken care of, at least, since there's no, heavy amounts of dust or litter and things like that, just cleaning up as she walks in, making sure nothing is out of place.
Everything seems to be more or less how you left it. There is some dust, especially in some places, just because again, it's not used all too often and it's been a while since you were back. But for the most part, it's pretty much almost identical to how you left it.
She will approach the altar and set the little star stuffed animal onto it, and I can't remember if she lit candles last time, but if she did, she probably would do it again. And she would take a knee. This time she isn't angry, she's more at peace. Her whole body is relaxed. She is just she's relaxed. She isn't tense. She isn't angry. She knows that she is allowed in here now.
Yeah.
And she'll just start speaking freely. I gotta think of how I want to phrase things, but mostly pretty much along the lines of, well, I think we've had quite a journey. It's been a road, so to say, that I've traveled down to get where I am now. And she'll reach for her amulet and she'll hold on to it. I think I still have some choices to make. And they aren't going to be easy ones, but at least now I can say with confidence that I'm where I'm supposed to be. I don't know if that's mostly me or mostly you. I think it might be a mixture of both. But I am at peace now.
You feel very
she'll just sit with
gentle, warm presence behind you. Not it feels like someone put their hand on your shoulder, essentially.
She'll actually smile this time, and she'll return the gesture. Gesture. Goodness, I can. Sure. Worcestershire sauce, But she'll return it, and she'll actually let go of her necklace and sort of place both hands on one hand on one shoulder, the other on the other, as if her mom is on her other shoulder and her father technically is on her other shoulder, and holding on to both of them. And she'll inhale deeply. I know now that what I went through may have not been the greatest thing in the world, but it has put me where I am now, and I am so thankful for that, because these people in my life have been some of the most amazing people I could have met, and I would not have met them if it wasn't for both of you. And if it wasn't for myself, for making the decisions that led up to this moment, I finally understand. And I'm no longer angry.
It's so sweet. Yeah.
She'll, if like nothing, like, you know, if she doesn't get a response or anything, she'll remove her hands from her shoulders and she'll stand and she'll press a kiss to the little stuffed animal and very softly blow out the candle.
Aww. Yep, no response really was there, just that same gentle warmth of the hand that feels like it's on your shoulder. You do vaguely feel like there's another hand on your other shoulder, but you wouldn't be able to tell if that was like in your head or if that's something else. But you at least get that comforting feeling that there might be more watching over you.
She'll look up at the ceiling, you know, because that's where you look when you talk to somebody. And she'll just be like, all right, I have more decisions to make, but that can come later. I have a party to get to, so thank you both. And she'll hesitate for a moment. I love you. And then she will leave the church.
Aww. As you step out, that warmth that was on your shoulders just kind of like slowly fades, and the chill of the later afternoon kind of like flows over you. But it's not the usual chill that you might feel. It's more satisfying of a feeling, for lack of a better term. But as you do so, Gelmar, you send out your message, which is... if you want to say it.
Sorry I've kept you hanging long. Been pulled nearly every direction for days. Here evening, if you've time. Meet mile past the north gate.
The response you would probably get would be, to the north, I will sit. In an hour, for a bit. Arrive soon. I'll be waiting.
Nod solemnly as he finishes off the basic details for the longsword, at the very least the basic shape, for looking over Redeborn. Hey, should probably take a few steps out to take care of its ass for a bit. I'll come back to finish this sometime early tomorrow morning.
Born nods.
Sorry I haven't been in here long, but I'll see you at the party.
Curse of Adventures, boys.
You too. I'm bringing the good stuff, he says, hanging the apron up and giving a fist bump up as he starts making his way out.
Nice. He'll give you a wave as you walk out.
I'll return it as I start making my way north.
Nice. As you start making your way north, about an hour or so has passed, so about 7 o'clock ish p.m. As you arrive to the northern, are you going to? You said mile north of the northern gate.
Yes.
Yeah. So you head up to the northern area, and you see what looks to be a fairly old man, kind of sitting on a little bench on the side of the road. He has a little cane that has a very similar style to Ania's, where it's like hooked at the top. He's probably around 5'9", if I had to assume. It looks like a regular, like, human man, like, big bushy beard as well, very completely white-haired, white beard, wearing a general traveler's cloak, and he's just kind of sitting there, kind of rocking left to right a little bit, staring at the sky as the sunset is threatening to start.
I'm going to step up as if I'm about to go past, then look over as if it's by pure happenstance. It's been a while, I think. I believe we've met each other. No, never mind. I'm gonna erase that second one. It's been a while since you've seen each other. All right.
He nods and gently pats the seat next to him.
How far? There's the treasurer, he says, taking a seat.
It is about the same as always. It hasn't been too long since I've seen you. At least not for those of our lifespans. How's your gallivanting been going?
It's been enlightening and amazing in all the way, in more ways than I could have fathomed. Still, comes with its own complications. A few of which I had hoped you might have some insights on.
Time tells many tales. That which I know, you may know as well. What thoughts might you have for me, child?
As much as I would have preferred to start this conversation off with telling you about the amazing time I had over in the Ironspire Peaks. It seemed like it would have been a wonderful location to stock back up on gems. Above game, gold dragons practically eat these things like caviar.
Yeah. He smiles and nods.
But, afraid a few complications have dragged me all the way down here. As much as I wish it was just simply to meet up with you. He turns over her with a more serious look. Something happened to Liffalander.
You two always were fond of getting yourselves in trouble.
Perhaps. I'd hope that once we donned the mask that we wouldn't have to deal with cultists.
They are sneaky. Humanoids are fascinating, but they are stubborn.
For better and for worse. Frequently, and hopefully, while I've yet to see the true answer, so far it seems for the most part better. Though the worst are always out there, as he can prove.
From our kind to theirs.
She's been abducted. Dragged over to the Elven lands, it sounds like. And I suspect she's not the only one.
I've heard tales recently of Dragonborn who've been grabbed, believing them to be those of dragon blood. But I do not know where they've been taken. It's from all over.
Well, if my sources are correct, I think I've found the location. However, the complication is I wasn't alone when I received that information. There's another group who wishes to aid in retrieving her and probably all the others. But I suspect doing so is going to burn away an 800-year-old secret. What should I do? It's too late to turn them away.
Do you trust them?
More than anything. But for our couple, it's likely to be quite the shock. And that's to say the least. I haven't even chosen a gifted among them yet.
Well, secrets are strange. You can hold them forever, or you can give them like presents. It depends on how you feel about more than anything. If you trust them and you wish them to help, then give them the present of knowing who you are.
Just like that. Would have figured tradition would dictate we do something a bit more drastic. Though, I suppose this way is a lot more pleasurable.
Tradition is valuable. Back in the olden days when the dragons were being found, the tradition was that we would continue to get found and to fight those who fought us. Back in my generation, we were the ones who strayed from that tradition, hid ourselves for safety and some kind of for pride almost, believing we were better at hiding than they were at finding. For youngins like you, it may be time to break that tradition. Times do change.
Perhaps. But there will be ripples, regardless of how carefully we handle things.
Indeed. The pond is only so large, and when you throw a pebble in, the ripples are not seen as much as if you threw a boulder inside. So you have to make your choice. Pebble.
Perhaps.
Boulder.
Perhaps. And I suppose the water level does rise regardless of which one you toss.
Aye. Though if you do toss a boulder, it does change the pond.
I've been trying to avoid the inevitable day when it becomes more widespread known. In far too many souls who might potentially use it as all the justification they need to start turning against neighbor. But because why? He donned the mask so that we could approach them as equals. At least, as far as anyone could tell, equals. But it's not going to be. It's not likely to be sustainable for long. How do I make it? How do I make How do I make this as? I suppose the best way to phrase it is, how do I cause the least harm in the process?
The only advice I have for you on that, my child, is don't do it alone. If you try to make a decision all by your lonesome about a race, you will inevitably fail or miss something. Those that you have around you that you trust, they might provide an insight to you that you might not see yourself. I am much too old to tell you what path you must choose. If I was younger, I might choose a different path entirely. I might rise up and fight. But now, I don't know. It's just too tiring to fight these knights and these swords guilds. All those that come and try to combat us.
Well, things go poorly up there. They might come calling again. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
is the hope that we've had for 800 years. One day, things will change. It is up to us to decide how to change them.
Amazing souls. Cataclysmic destruction or boundless good. Capable of nearly either side to either extreme. It's a good thing not even they understand and the level of power they hold. If nothing else, there's definitely enough of the bad ones to potentially render the entire world uninhabitable if there were.
Aye. Every humanoid has something incredible beneath their skin.
Maybe one day I'll get to watch it happen to a degree that none had believed possible. I look forward to that day. I suppose I'm a bit closer than most of us usually get to that opportunity.
Aye. For now you get to live amongst them, to witness their cultures and to experience their loves and desires, to experience the passions and the tears, the sorrow and grief. It's a world that not many get to live within when you are like us.
Still leads to a number of other things. They've given me the opportunity to see so many things I'd never or even dreamed of. But I've caused too many ripples as I am in this form. Shortly after our adventures conclude, shortly after he's back and safe, I'm going to have to tear off the mask, and I'm going to have to forge a new one.
He gently taps your semi-broken collar, and he goes, "A mask is only useful when you have a path to take it on. Forging a new path can be a good process, but sometimes it is better to simply not have the mask on."
Perhaps, but I don't think the world's quite ready for fully maskless yet.
You never know.
One day, but not today, unfortunately. Still, I suppose while you're here, it's not usually as much your thing, but I suppose my comrades are planning a celebration a little way east of the south of here. If you'd care to join us for that.
It's been a long time since I've been at a celebration, but I shall watch. I'll be on the sidelines, my boy.
But you really don't even want to come? To greet my comrades? You don't even have to take the mask off.
I shall be there. I can meet them. Those who are friends with you, they're ones I can only assume have good intentions within their hearts.
Oh, that much alone still feels like it's cutting their contribution short. I can tell right now what those souls are going to do is going to fully reshape the future of this world. And I suspect, even without my hands, it'll be well beyond positive for what I could ever achieve. I look forward to getting the opportunity to watch and contribute, at the very least, in the small ways that I can.
He slowly starts to stand up, kind of turning towards the city, and he goes, "Your contributions are important too, kid. Sometimes it's the small things that make it so you can pave the way for the large things to grow. Even the smallest help, the smallest hand, the simplest word, and the most ordinary sentence can change the future, for it can change someone's entire world."
I just wish I could figure out how to properly phrase my thoughts to them, or to honestly any that they might be working with, a bit better than I did. And again, I suppose any one of them could also probably likely think of something that they wish that they could handle a bit better as well. Suppose it's an unavoidable side of being alive.
Indeed.
He
It's not
says,
the
standing up next to him.
is not the best crafted words that are important to those around you. It is, he kind of taps your chest with his staff, your words that are important to those around you. However crafted they may be.
He gives another wide smile at this. Ever the wise one. I always appreciate your insights more than you would know.
With time comes wisdom, and sometimes with time comes stupidity. I have both.
You think too low of yourself. So, is that it? Shall we be making our way down there then?
Indeed. You walk an old man like me down there, and we'll get there by the time the party ends.
So I suppose this will be where we part for the evening? A shame.
I'll be there soon enough, my boy, but you shouldn't wait on the evening fun just because an old man takes a while to walk.
I just feel bad that I ended up dragging you down here for honestly this short of a time, for this short of a discussion, and I feel I've said so little. Still, he's going to lean down, kiss him on the forehead as he starts walking.
No.
I look forward to the opportunity that we can talk, hopefully on a bit more calm of a time.
Indeed.
When the time comes that I get to mold that new mask, I hope I'll get the opportunity to let you be the first to see it.
I'm always proud of you, boy. We'll play dragon chess again one day.
I even found the perfect size board for us. I'll have to show you to my den and when the time comes. But until then, he says as he starts walking and waving to him.
Mm-hmm. He waves back as he very slowly starts making his way to you.
That will be the day, but just as I'm certain you've got plenty you need to accomplish. We have a few obstacles we need to overcome before that day can come as well.
Alrighty. With that, we're going to skip ahead in time just a little bit as the sun starts to set. And you have completed your about 8 hours or so of helpful growth. You guys have been making flower crowns. Huh?
Hooray!
You guys have been making your flower crowns, and Cyril has been making. They're representative of flower crowns for sure. But yeah, you guys spent a while doing that. Sapphire has obviously pulled out a bunch of the flowers that just kind of grow in her hair and kind of been weaving them into a lot of the flower crowns you guys have made. You guys have pretty substantial amount at this point after like 8 hours of doing so. And as you guys get down to the southern quarter, you'll arrive at roughly the same time, generally speaking. Probably about 8:30-ish p.m. The sun has set or has more or less gotten over the mountains in the horizon, and fires are all set up, kind of like those tiki torches, kind of like set up everywhere, giving a nice ambiance to everything. There is a very clear sky above you, pretty much completely clear. No clouds that you guys can see. Sapphire's skin is shining from the moon's glow. And as you guys get there, the party is starting. Hasn't quite gone to full swing, obviously, because the Person of Honor audit hasn't quite arrived, but is starting to get in swing. There's a bunch of kids moving around, teenagers who are laughing, doing like weird games, tests of strengths, arm wrestles, you know, all that fun stuff. And that, my friends, is where we're going to be ending it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely fantastic time. And the lore drops that we've gotten today is crazy, but is a very good time. We're going to pop over to my end screen here. Thank you so much to my players for joining us today. If you guys have not checked them out, please go check them out. They're super cool, super sweet. A couple of them do some streams, and I do appreciate their existences. We are not going to be streaming, I think, the next 3 weeks. If I recall correctly.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
No, don't be.
Yeah, I got
My job is stinky.
I got my sibling's
I get to-
birthday next week, and then we have Aldith's stuff on 19th and 26th. So
I'm sorry.
it's okay, you
Totally
nugget.
fine. I get to
Cool.
work more.
Yeah, I get to do. I think next week Friday I'm actually going to be doing a V Hollow stream. So,
Ooh.
or not next week
heck.
Friday. I think it was the 19th. Yeah, the 19th I think is a V Hollow stream. So yeah, so I'm inside of a
he's
group
part
called
of a
V Hollow.
VTuber group.
Yeah, and it's a
What
horror-based
is
VTubing group. So I get to do streams with
Oh.
them, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
I thought you were. I thought we were talking about some like Star Wars level technology, and you were doing like a hologram VTuber.
Yeah, I pull up
wouldn't that be
I pull up
cool?
my blaster, and you know, it's like, "Hey, buddies, I'm blasting off now." Nah, it's a good time.
I was like, I gotta see a live version of a hologram of Sin.
I mean, I got a full-on lightsaber and a monk robe. I bet it would look pretty similar.
God,
What
that'd be
color
crazy.
lightsaber?
It's blue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright, if you guys are interested in joining a raid, feel free to do so. If you guys want to check out my weekly schedule or my monthly schedule, you guys can check out my Discord right there. We are going to be coming back in about 3 hours or so with some Ghostlight Horror Night, where we're going to be playing a horror game. I think it's Cry of Fear, with a couple of my friendable bendos watching us. But we are going to be doing a raid to a very good friend of mine named Lemontoes3. She's super sweet. She was doing some Minecraft at the moment. I think she's doing something to do with like Create or something. I don't know, I don't play Create, but super cool stuff. She's super sweet. She's a, I think, rabbit VTuber, bunny VTuber, something like that, and she also lives near me, so one day I'll get to meet up. But if you guys haven't checked out Grimoire Index, they are another part of V Hollow, specifically inside of my mini group within there, the Team Grim. So if you guys haven't checked out Grimoire, please go check them out. They're super cool. I appreciate them greatly. Give them some great love, and I will see all of you fine folks next time. Bye.
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 Take care.
Night.